Hello everyone, I'm Jovan and I'm here in Mount Shasta, California. I hope you can hear me. The river is running through and I don't have a microphone. I took a trip here to Mount Shasta. It's a solo trip and a much needed trip. I was feeling like I was about to break, and I knew that coming back to the natural world, especially here in Mount Shasta, as it's so magical, that this would help me come back to myself, help me cleanse and flush out what I had been holding on to, and reinvigorate me for a new beginning. So I'm going to make sure that this video is for all of us to share in, meaning it's not just my own personal story that I feel that I need to share. Because I feel like when we go through something, a lot of us are going through something similar or holding the energy of a similar theme, especially with people in our lives or in our field of consciousness. So thank you for inviting me into yours by watching this video, and if I know you personally, thank you for inviting me into your life. Well, I feel like worldwide we already know, and I've talked about it before, we're collectively going through a massive deconstruction, an awakening, and breaking down of old patterns and systems that are no longer working for us. And this goes way deeper than government structures, religious structures, societal structures. This goes into our own individual personal journey, our own psyches, our own hearts, our own souls. We have thought patterns and systems in place that are no longer working for us, and the energy is worldwide, but we all feel it within our own personal filter individually. And I'm feeling like this is going back so deep within our soul, within the recesses of our subconscious, back into not only our ancestral patterns and traumas, but even most likely into our past lives, depending on how deep we want to go. Though at this point, I'm not sure how many people have a choice to how deep they want to or not want to go. At least if I'm talking to you on this video, most likely you're going through some deep stuff, some deep processing and deep transformation. And if you feel like you're going through a lot of suffering and can't make sense of it, the guidance is that I've received as well. Just let go. Stop resisting and allow yourself to feel to the deepest core that you can, to come to your truth, to come into your reason why. First into your reason why you are grieving, and then into the reason why you feel you're here. Why you're here to contribute to the world. And it can be from the smallest role to the biggest role. It could be being an amazing sister or an amazing fireman or, to an amazing artist, to whatever it is that you feel your heart speaks to you about. That is your why. And it takes digging deep sometimes, and as I speak to you, I speak to myself, and I want to give a message of reassurance that as deep as you're willing to go is as high as you can ascend to, for lack of a better word. It's like that saying about the branches of a tree go as high or grow as deep as the roots grow into the earth. So if you have been having a hard time and you've been going through some really massive grieving or darkness of depression, a sense of not feeling like there's hope, know that there is hope. Know that you're given the opportunity to go on a quest to find the pearl in the dark cave of your psyche. That sounds so melodramatic, but I hope I'm making a good point. Because again, as deep as you go is as high as you can go. And with the risk of making this long-winded like I usually do, because I don't really plan most of what I'm going to say, but personal share is this last year has been a major dark night of the soul for me in a lot of ways. And you know, if you're on that spiritual journey and you've gone through your awakening, please know that there are multiple awakenings. There are layers and layers. Remember, we're in a spiral, and the deeper we go, the deeper we go, the more connected to our core, and in the core of us is our light. In 2 days will be the 1-year anniversary of the day that my partner and I broke up. And it's taken a lot to process and heal, not only because of the relationship itself, though that was major. It was also because all the things that it triggered within myself from my childhood, from to where I thought I was in life and where I thought I was going. And when this breakup occurred, I metaphorically but literally felt and visualized my heart rip open in my chest and my soul exposed to the cosmos. And I knew that there was an initiation into digging deeper into who I am and what I stand for and what I truly want in my life. Not only that, I lost a couple other people that were very close to me this year, and they're alive, but they're not in my life anymore. And these were people I knew for a very long time, trusted implicitly, and those relationships did not work out. So I guess what came through for me during this trip in Shasta, and hopefully what came through for me helps you, is the importance of letting go. But not only that, because I think a lot of people say that and it sounds just so cliche, because you can't just let go. You have to process. If something means a lot to you and it leads your life, you need to process. And sometimes that process is messy, and that's okay. But when we come into understanding that it's super important to be honest with ourselves before we let go. To be honest with what is leaving our life, or to be honest with ourselves about what is leaving our life and why. And to remember that usually when something leaves our life, it's because it no longer belongs there. There is a birth There is a life, there is a death, and there is a transformation in cycle form that happens with all things. And as humans, we don't like to change, but that is not really going to change the fact that there's always change. So, as we process and let go, maybe it gets easier through time and practice. And once we let go, hopefully there's a lesson we took with it, and hopefully there's something beautiful that's left behind by whatever has left, and then it makes us a better person as we move forward in life. And that regardless of what happens, it's important to love yourself through it all. Because we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. We're perfect in our imperfection. We're all here learning. And something, though, that I have definitely been made aware of for myself is truly how important presence is and mindfulness is. And it can get very tricky sometimes, especially when we live in the city. There are a lot of distractions that pull us to the past, that pull us to the future, and we forget to appreciate and enjoy the present. And the thing is about that, what I've noticed for myself is that the more I'm present and the more I'm mindful, the less reasons I have to be regretful later on. I did a video on this before about the message that I had received from Gaia before all this stuff in the world started happening, about the structures that were going to crumble. That 2020 was all about coming back into the heart center. That anything built on false intention, on ego, or anything that has run its course and no longer operates from the heart of the matter and the true original intention, and it has in fact deteriorated, would dissolve and fall apart. So I do believe that everything that is exiting our life, no matter what the reason is or circumstances, it's because it no longer aligned with our truest core, our truest heart, our truest desire, our truest love. Because when we're living in love, we are in alignment. We're always living in love, even when we don't know it. And so that's probably why things fall away. Continuing to course correct, keeping us in alignment. So when I had received that message and given that message, this was not just about the world as we see it on the news or in the government. This has shook us all to the core. And it was supposed to. And there are just times where, even if you think that there's no end in sight, or no light at the end of the rainbow, or no gold at the end of the rainbow, there is. As long as we don't let ourselves fall into the illusion that life is happening to us and not for us. Because it's okay to feel our feelings. In fact, we're being asked to feel our feelings. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel despair sometimes, I guess. You know, it happens. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be all the feelings in the world, even if they're considered negative. But I think what it comes down to is it's not okay to lie to ourselves. It's definitely not okay to lie to other people, but it's definitely not okay to lie to ourselves, because that's when we fall into victim mentality and we think that life is happening to us, against us, not for us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is hold on to your faith. Feel all the feelings. Feel your humanness. Feel your emotions, but always keep in the back of your mind the faith that even though it's painful, change is inevitable, and it's happening as an opportunity for all of us to truly evaluate who we are, what we need, what we want, what we give, what we love. And how to move forward. To find our peace, to find our joy, to find our freedom, to find the comfort, support, whatever it is we need, to find what we need. Today's the fall equinox. Happy fall equinox. It was a Pisces full moon last night, and one of my intentions was, because Pisces is all about disillusion and dissolving. Pisces is about illusions, but it's also about the depths of everything. It's about magic. It's about suffering. It's about dreaming. And the full moon is about revealing. So one of my intentions for that Pisces full moon last night was for me to allow myself to surrender my ego and to allow myself to dissolve any illusions that I have grasped onto, so that I didn't have to change, and to be made aware of what they are, so that I can see them for what they are, accept them, love myself anyways, forgive myself, and release them and let them go, and allow more truth, more love, more hope, more joy into my heart. Because I'll be honest, the last few months after I lost the third person in my life in the 1 year, my heart was broken. My heart just cracked. And in the last few months, there were times when I just wanted to give up on life. Not so much in my life like that or anything, but just not care, not try anymore. And I'm not going to let that happen. So here I am in Mount Shasta, feeling alive again, feeling revitalized, and feeling stronger to know that life is happening for me. Life is happening for all of us, just the way we choose to look at it. And I want you to know that you're strong enough, and it's okay to fall apart, and apart you can be put back together again. You can put yourself back together again. Have faith in yourself, faith in life. Today is the fall equinox, and so this is actually part of the cycle, the seasonal cycle that we go through when it is a time of letting go. Things begin to decay and die, and but it's okay because it allows us to be introspective and to figure out, what do we want to do with our lives? What are our next steps? What's our next move? What will bring us more joy? So we have quite a few months to reflect on that. I believe we're all getting stronger, and I believe that it's important to stay strong, but it's important to stay soft. 2022 is going to have a lot of improvements. Things are going to be looking up, but there's also going to be a lot of changes as well that are going to be a little bit scary. But again, know that the most important thing to do is tap into your heart, your truth, your truth. And that'll keep you safe, and that'll keep you going. It's just that effort. Always be honest with yourself. Process honestly. Let go. Letting go is easier when you're honest with yourself. And then revitalize, replenish, pick yourself up. And keep moving forward with faith. You can do it, and you have people around you that love you and support you. But most importantly, love and support yourself. Believe in yourself the way other people do. As they say, it's always darkest before the dawn. And again, the deeper you go, the more of an opportunity you have to extract a deeper wisdom to bring with you that is your light, that will allow you to surrender and float up back to the surface. Yes, that's all I have to say. It's always getting so long. Thank you for listening. Hopefully it was helpful. All right. Have a beautiful day. Blessings to you. Bye.